In the previous lecture, we learned about an important programming concept, the conditional statement. We used the conditional statement to control the flow of a program. The program made decisions and carried out actions accordingly depending on different inputs. The most important part of the conditional statement is the condition itself. It's a test to check if something is true or false. For example, in this code, the condition is capital of Finland strictly equal to Helsinki, which breaks down to a simple question. Is the value stored in the variable capital of Finland strictly equal to Helsinki? The answer is either yes or no. If the answer is yes, the message "Great" will be displayed in the console. As it turns out, all conditions, no matter how complex they are, end up with a simple yes or no answer. Or in programming, they are often called true or false. JavaScript provides lots of ways to test things. We have seen the triple equals operator, which is a way to test the equality of two things. There are other comparison operators in JavaScript to help with the conditional statements. Some of them we might already knew from math. For example, the greater than and less than symbols are often used for comparing numeric values. To get some practice and understanding, let's look at a few examples. To code along with me, first download the course folder from the link in the description below, unzip it, and open it with your favorite code editor. Here I'm using Visual Studio Code. From the course folder, open the exercise folder called JavaScript Conditional Statements. And then open the index.html file using Google Chrome. Then open the JavaScript console using Command-Option-J if you are on a Mac or Control-Shift-J if you are on a Windows. In the JavaScript console, I'll start by typing a few conditions using greater than and less than operators, and we'll try to decide if a condition is true or false. First, 10 is greater than 9. This is true because 10 is bigger than 9. Next, 50 is greater than 50. This is false because the two values are the same. How about 50 is greater than or equal to 50? Well, this is true because even the value on the left is not bigger than the value on the right. It's still equal to it. Here's another one. -2 is less than 0. And this is true because a negative number is smaller than 0. Okay, one more. The string cat is less than string dog. The greater than and less than operators aren't limited to just numbers. In this case, the comparison is true because the first letter of the string on the left, the C in cat, comes before the first letter of the second string, the D in dog. That is, C comes before D in the alphabet. Also in comparison checks, letter strings always come after number strings. For instance, if I check if a number string like 50 is less than a letter string like dog, a number is less than any letter, so this returns true. JavaScript provides two ways to test if values are equal or not, the double equal sign and the triple equal sign. The double equal sign is called the equality operator. It lets us test if two values are the same or not, but make some allowances for different types of values. For example, 10 inside quotes is a string and 10 without quotes, it's a number. But if we use the double equal sign like this returns true, because the JavaScript engine converts the string to the number 10 and thinks that the number 10 is the same as the second number 10. The triple equal sign is often called strict equality operator. It compares the types as well as the value. For example, a strict comparison like this is false because one value is string and the other is number. They are not the same type of value, so they are not equal. It might seem like using the double equals operator is better since it's more flexible, but JavaScript developers tend to use the triple equals operator and avoid the double equals operators. because we can always get into some interesting situations using the double equals operators. Here's one example. An empty string is equal to 0. This returns true. An empty string is equal to 0. Strange, isn't it? But notice that if we use strict equality operator, the result is false. In many cases, the two equality operators work the same. But there are few cases, like the one I just showed you, where the double equality operator might get us in trouble. So for that reason, I'll use strict equality operator for the rest of this course. Alright, now let's look at a few examples using the strict equality operator. First, this is false, because these two numbers are not equal even if they have the same types. How about this is also false, because those strings have different letters in them. Next, this is true, because those strings are exactly the same. But remember that JavaScript is case sensitive, so comparing Python in all lowercase with Python as it's normally written is false. Because the first string has all lowercase letters, but the second string has one uppercase p. A lowercase p isn't equal to an uppercase p. JavaScript also provides ways to test whether two values are not equal. There's the not equal or inequality operator. It's an exclamation mark followed by an equal sign. The exclamation point is also called a logical not operator. So this means not equal to. But keep in mind that it's better to use the strict inequality operator with two equal signs. For the same reasons, it's better to use the strict equality operator. So now let's look at a few examples of the strict inequality operator. First, this is true, because 5 is not equal to 4. Next, this is also true, because the value on the left is a string and the value on the right is a number. So they're not exactly the same. And next, and this is true, because the uppercase A in the first string is not the same as the lowercase a in the second string. Finally, well, this is false, because the two numbers are exactly the same.